Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Today we are at, I believe, a fictional track. It's called Tamiami Park. It is set in Miami, America. A very short circuit, it's a little under 3 kilometers. Lap times just over a minute. But yeah, very interesting circuit this. Really looking forward to it. So I am. Yes. Welcome. Setup. Now, do you want to increase tire pressures? Then by power softs and softs. These by 2. Fuel, I think we're using about 2.25 litres a lap. So let's say 5 laps. About 12 litres? Yeah, let's say 12. And with that, we can reduce the car one bit. So, yes, welcome along. Round 3 here. We struggled a little bit at VIR. We didn't quite have as much pace as we did at Watkins. So hopefully we can go a little bit better this time. But yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. Done quite a few practice laps. Try and help the server get some grip. Started at 94.5%, was quite low grip, quite slidey, but it's come up a nice wee bit throughout the practice session. And yeah, is not too bad now. So yeah, looks like we have 15 people here this evening. Good to see. Gonna be quite busy with the short lap, especially with the different strategies on the race, but let us get into qualifying. Temperatures a little bit warmer than they were in practice. Very cold in practice. 12 degrees ambient, 21 degrees track temp. Up to 17 degrees ambient, 24 degrees track temp. For the 6-minute qualifying session. First 2 laps will be about bringing the tyre into temperature, scrubbing it in, and then we'll be looking a bit more closely at trying to find some pace and setting a good qualifying lap. Tricky final corner here. It is very much on the edge of being flat out. Tricky braking zone for T1. As the track curves into the apex, ever tightening. Very easy to lock a wheel into that first corner. The chicane very much tightens up. You think, oh, it's quite open on the entry. Very much tightens up on that left-hand apex. Try and put the throttle down as rear slides out through the long right-hander. Then we've got this little chicane. You kind of want to bounce over the curbs a bit. Try and drive the car back over to the left, open up this right-hander, leads you onto the longest straight of the lap, and the run towards the final corner. Flat out. Then on to the brakes for T1. Oh, the car sounds amazing when you come off the throttle. I think we might see someone slip into the 1 minute 2s. Oh, rear end just sliding there. Isn't the worst for a lap time, but come the race, it will be, of course, detrimental for tyre wear. We shoot to the top of the timesheets. A little bit deep into turn 2. Better second half to the lap. Now the finish line is actually after the braking zone for turn 1. So you can find time for not braking for T1, but I find it unsporting, in my opinion. It's been a good start to this lap, but the car's sliding away. Tires getting a little overpressured now. Oh, just half a tenth off, and we don't have the fuel for another lap. That was close, but yeah, for some reason, entry list is bugging out here a bit. No, they certainly wouldn't. Evening, Thor. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this timing. Oh, I think. Yeah, I pressed a button I didn't realize I had. Yes, there we go, sorted correctly now. That is very close, so it is. Very close indeed. The right-hand side pressures seemed fine, the left-hand sides though were a little over. So, gonna bring the left back down. Of course, it is partly gonna depend, actually. I'm going to load step because this should have the right amount of fuel. Races ride height again. 18 layers, that will be 68. That should be safe on fuel. So it should be... Yeah, this should be safe on fuel. Yeah, we'll see what the exact conditions are when we load onto the grid. But we seem to be more competitive again. Just half a tenth off the top time. And we know where it was in the lap. You know, lap got a bit slidey in the middle there. Definitely half a second in there. Yeah, so it seems to be top 4 and then a bit of a break, bit of a gap down. We're seeing the split strategies once again. And we have 16 today, so a little late joiner. Alright, here we go. 17:24. What will we have for the race? 19:22. I think I'll still put these up 1. Let's go 2 on the softs, because with less grip they don't get as much temperature. It's not a long run to T1. We can see T1 just in front of us. So, but we're on the outside. Maybe not ideal. Oh, want to try and get a good start. These cars, of course, with all the power and not too much grip, quite tricky to get off the line. Not a lot of spacing, not too much spacing on the grid. So here we go then. Light's about to come on for we start our first race. Wasn't the best of starts, got jumped for P2. Now try to find some grip on these cold tyres too. And they are stone cold, ambient cold, no temperature from a warm-up lap. So they're certainly quite tricky. Yeah, we've lost on this opening lap, unfortunately. Got a lift to make sure don't hit the wall. Seeing some different lines between the front two. Just going to take a little safety lift. Move for the lead. It's a lick for the lead. Not quite going to come off with that tight line as we set the fastest lap of the race. Again, tire pressures. Looks like that adjustment we're going to make for the pit stop is the right idea. Very little space to overtake here. Leader running it very deep into the chicane. Getting a big slide through the right-hander. As we're all bouncing off the curbs. Gotta be careful with the tire though. You can see the rear left is starting to get a little too hot. And they will wear out throughout the stint. How much the cars are moving around, sliding around. Leader takes a new fastest lap. Lock up for the leader. Big slides. The lap times are still so close. Can already see our first lapped car that we're approaching. Side by side for the lead into the final corner. Having a look around the outside, but can't find the traction there. Big slide from the rear end through turn 2. Leader is liking that line, but it's opened up an opportunity. Pivot to the inside. tramp ourselves round the outside of Alfie. Generously leaves us the space. Go for a dive, making sure not to lock up, squeezing Alfie. Battlefield have the inside turn 2 and we'll hold on to place. A little bump. It's fighting for second, is allowing Pivot to pull away for the lead. Pit window not yet open. The hunt for Pivot is on. Right, pit window opens next lap. Alfie hit the wall a bit there. Just a sign of the tyres starting to degrade and set the fastest lap of the race by 2 thousandths. Trying to chase down Pivot. Catching up to 2 lapped cars here. I'm sorry, but I did not expect them to brake there. When someone brakes a corner, you don't expect them to brake. You know, and you're right on the rear bumper, you don't have time to react. Fortunately, that's dropped us off the lead battle a bit. Oh, big slide. Alfie's lost it. Half spin there for Alfie. The tire's so worn now. Just go run as fast as we can now until we pit in 5 laps time. More lapped cars. We have closed into Pavot a bit. One of them's going to the pits. Oh, I love understeer there as tires are dying a slow or quick death, really. Can see cars have made their first pit stops. Those that started on the softs have transitioned over to supers. Pavot got into the wall. That's given him a really poor exit. Left the door open and we slipped through for the lead. And was still side by side behind us. So he's lost even more time. We now lead the race. seem to be building a gap to Peugeot at the moment. Napcar's gonna let us through. And we pit at the end of next lap. Peugeot's closed up this lap. Now we head for the pits. And I'm going to turn ABS off. I did mean to have it on, but I had it on for the first stint. I should have shifted down. And we're in the lead. Do you have a lap car between us and Peugeot behind? Peugeot does find the way through. A little bit of frame issues there. Wasn't ideal through the final corner. Pavot's starting to close up a little bit. Oh, a little tap on the wall. We'll probably get away with it. You may notice in the mirror, we have a lap car on the back of Pavot. And they're on a set of super softs. So they're right behind Pavot, keeping him honest in a way. Me and Pavot have our strengths and weaknesses. I think I'm a little better out of the corners. I think Pavot's a little bit better mid-corner. Left in the race. The Apex curve just unsettling the car. I've gone in too deep. One and a half minutes to go. Oh, I just clipped the inside wall. Ah. There is steering damage. Now we have Jacob 8 seconds back on the super soft tyre. Time has run out, so we'll have one more lap after this. Jacob seems to be getting in about 2.5 seconds a lap, so we should be able to hold on. Jacob hasn't even really gained any time this lap. I mean, last laps were actually about 3/10 apart. There we are across the line. I'm annoyed at that. I had quite a bit of extra fuel on board. 6 litres finishing with, so I can take some out for the next race. I can't say I had that. James was putting me under a little pressure, did get the nose there a couple of times. So, fuel. We can take out 4 liters, I would say. And we'll probably start in the softs. So second race, reverse grid. We're going to be down in, I think, 12th, since one car did not finish. 2 cars didn't finish. There was 16 that started, but only 15 now. So yeah, we have a little bit of time, just another couple of minutes, and then we'll be getting ready for the for the second and final race, where we'll be much further back on the grid. And as we say, you know, it's not easy to overtake around here, so it's going to be an interesting race, this. Gonna be interesting to see what tire strategy people do as well. But yeah, very entertaining first race. Real good, a good hard battle. Hopefully more of the same in this second race. Had a bit of everything that race, yeah, it kinda did. So here we go, a bit warmer now. So I think I'll keep these pressures the same. But when we go into the super softs, I'll keep them the same. I can't lower the lefts anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, down towards the back. Hopefully, yeah, I mean, there could be some carnage in front of us. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Track is a little bit grippier, but we're on the less grippy soft tyre. You can see a few people on the softs throughout the field, or the super softs I should say. Here we go. Someone's jumped the start. First phase of the start wasn't too bad. Okay, I've already been put into a wall. Cheers, James. very tight line. Sending it round the outside. We've got one of the super soft runners just in front of us. Ooh, big heavy hit on the wall for the pink car. Multiple cars in the walls. So tricky to know where to go with that, but we make it through. Got a super soft runner in front of us. They seem to be struggling at the moment. That's a car going very slowly. Car on the inside lets us go. Contact between two cars in front. Get backed up so much here. Jacob's got to come back on us. Backs out on the inside of the final corner. Struggling to get past this Mustang. Oh, scrape of the wall. They try and look to the inside T1, but we hold it round the outside. Hopefully we can now clear this battle pack and focus on chasing the cars in front. Two soft runners, two super soft runners in front. Oh, I love understeer there. A lot more than I was expecting. Damage might be playing a part. That's better. Still understeering T1. Two laps till the pit window opens. Got one of the super soft runners starting to catch us now. Hopefully repairing the body doesn't take longer than the fueling and tires. Just having to trust that they weren't going to go for a move there. I'm gonna go one more lap. See if I can use warm tires to beat cold. Turn ABS on for the pits. Actually shift down into first this time. Oh no, the repairs are so much longer. Oh, it's like twice as long. Yeah, here comes Zach Silver. There he goes. We might have had him. There goes Jacob. Yeah, that damage repair cost us a lot of time. Now I've got to get these super soft tires up to temperature. Can see how much faster James is, having already got his up to temperature. James looking to the outside, but not finding grip out there. There we go, chasing after cars in front of us. Car just out of the pits, they're on super soft tires. Look how much we close into the chicane. Now that scope, I wasn't expecting it, and Pivot has had a crash with them just behind. Yeah, that wasn't very well communicated by the lapped car. Shame for Pivot. Fortunately, that cost us a bit of time. There's the Shell Mustang off again at the chicane. can see the two cars were trying to chase down. "13 minutes to go." Of course, our tires are 1 lap nearer than the two cars in front of us, so hopefully that'll give us a little advantage when we get into this battle. Just 1.5 seconds behind. Jacob is all over Zach's rear bumper. Zach runs wide onto the grass. Jacob's good, try and move around the outside. Just wasn't quite far enough alongside Zach. I don't know if we touched there. The damage thing didn't come up indicating we touched. But Zach was much slower than I thought he would be through the chicane. Oh, Jacob's hit the wall. And that's cost him big time. Sweet, just out on. Coming out of the pits on cold, soft tires. We're 20 seconds behind Alfie. We're definitely not catching him. He's got this race in the bag. But we should be able to catch Tom. He's only 6 seconds up the road on soft tires. But you can see how worn the left-hand side tires are getting. So we have a lap car right in front of us, and then we have Tom on the soft tyre. Big slide from Tom there. Make an easy move up the inside. Tom's going to try and come back at us. He's got a left diver. He doesn't want to go side by side through the final corner, which, fair enough. Now it's just about bringing it home. That car lets us through there after a poor run through the long right-hander. Just scraping the wall ever so slightly. understeer the final corner is quite bad. Just with the tires degrading, overheating as well. Left-hand corners aren't too bad. But the right-handers are becoming more of a struggle. I run through the final corner that time. Just remember to never turn ABS off. I was so worried about the damage. Ah well, we'll do that now. Two more laps. Just a three-way fight for P5. Changing places on the leaderboard. So then, final lap. A hectic start to this race, but certainly camped down here towards the end. So around the final corner. P2. I'll take that. Especially getting put into the wall to start. That wasn't ideal. You know, that just held us back. Yeah, the guy Yeah, and the damage. I mean, ultimately, you know, we weren't that close to a car in front. I mean, it did give us more work to do. Um, I mean, ultimately, Jacob had the incident. It's kind of a shame that Jacob had the incident. It would have been nice to have seen, you know, to have had a fight with Jacob rather than just being like, oh, he's crashed and oh, that's us in second. I mean, okay, yeah, we still had to chase a couple of drivers, Tom and Alex, when they came out of the pits, you know, but those weren't difficult battles. You know, we had the grip. It's, you know, it's just, yeah, making the move when we could. So, yeah, it would have been nice to have had that fight, but not much that we can do about that. A P3 and a P2, it should have been a first in the first race, but oh well. Yeah, small little error, but big consequences. But yeah, that is it for. Assetto Corsa crashed as I left the server. Nice. Oh, that means it probably hasn't saved the replay. Yeah, and I wanted that replay. But yeah, another fun weekend. That's a fun track. I feel like it really suited the supercars there. It's sort of bit tight, bit technical. Certainly high on tire wear compared to the first two rounds. I would say. You know, fun sort of threading it between the barriers a bit. But yeah, I mean, some mistakes really punished. Bouncing it over the curbs too were fun. The curbs are really good on that track, I must say. You know, there's some height to them that you bounce off them, but they're not awful. You know, the curb bounces really nicely on them. So yeah, a really nice track. Yeah, really enjoyed it, and yeah, good one for the series. But yeah, that's us halfway into the series now. 3 rounds down, 6 races down. 3 rounds to go. We have Sebring next week. Nice bumpy circuit. Should be some good fun in supercars. Before you head to Long Beach, so another street circuit for the penultimate round, and the final round is at Road Atlanta. Great wee circuit. Should be a lot of fun in these cars, especially through the S's. Make for some great racing too, I imagine. So yeah, some great racing to look forward to in the final few weeks of the series. Hopefully it's just as good as what the first half has been. But yeah, thank you, Thor. Thank you, Artie, popping in. I seem lurking throughout. At least still double podium finishes. Yeah, double podium finishes. Better than last week, I suppose, where we struggled for pace a little bit more. So yeah, that's good. Hopefully we can carry that through for the rest of the season. But yeah, until Thursday when we're back on Le Mans Ultimate in the GT3s, where we're at Qatar for this week for a short 45-minute sprint race. Good battles at Interlagos for the first round. So yeah, hopefully should be some good fun then. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good Wednesday, Thursday, and have a good weekend too if I won't see you on Thursday. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care. See you next time. Bye bye.